2 days before the rental, she calls me in her chain smoking. She's like, the bed broke. I'm like, well, get a new bed. Well, that's a lot of work, and I'm really tired. 4th of July, 26 people. So I was like, well, what are you going to do about it? And 5 minutes later, she's like, I'll call you back. And 5 minutes later, she canceled the whole Airbnb.
Wait, really?
Wait.
What?
26 people. How did the bed break?
This is my fault for having you on my podcast.
It's your fault for having me in the first place.
Well, I can't help it.
What?
This is not a good idea.
No, it is not.
We are in trouble.
Hey everybody, it's Kerri Pomarolli, and welcome back to my podcast. This is not a good idea with my co-host. What?
Welcome back to my podcast.
It is my podcast.
I started
It
is a team effort.
I spearhead this whole thing. I carry you on most episodes. I'm just saying. You should say your name. No one knows you.
Hi, I'm Lucy.
And today we have a special guest with us, Mr. Ansel Cow with a K.
Yes.
And Ansel, how old are you?
I'm 14 now.
You're 14.
You're
14.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm
Because
14 now.
you're 3 months older than me. Exactly.
And I thought it would be great to have a 13 and a 14-year-old's perspective on our summer topic today. And our topic is traveling with your family. Should you or should you not? And
To do or do not?
To do or not to do. Here's the thing. We just got home last night from 9 days in a car with you and your sister and your dad and myself, my ex-husband, yes. And we would go by the most amazing mountaintops, the most amazing to be like Mount Rainier. And Ruby, my 10-year-old, would look up from her Roblox and go, cool.
She wouldn't even look up.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Ruby immediately would hear, like, my dad could just be like, Ruby, and then, like, she'll just go, cool.
Yeah, we're like,
she doesn't even, like, respond.
It's a volcano erupting right before our eyes. Cool.
Jesus is here, coming to rapture us all. Cool.
That's great, but I need
It's crazy. Now, did you guys fly to Montana?
No,
Ansel?
well, yes, we did. But then we drove, across Montana to get from Yellowstone to Glacier.
And you have 2 brothers, and you went with your mom and dad, and you were stuck in a car as well.
I was.
Were you allowed technology?
In the late night, we were.
But in the car, were you?
No.
What?
Well, I mean...
These are different parenting styles.
Yeah, it was...
Wait, what?
My parenting style, they get in the car at 9 o'clock in the morning, mommy gives the hotspot, and then I don't hear from them for 24 hours of driving.
Unless hotspot doesn't work, so we had to ask dad for it.
I feel potentially your sister could have gotten brain damage on this trip.
Ruby cried. She would, like, get so upset.
She was like
she
a
didn't have
drug
Wi-Fi.
addict when the hotspot. She would start to like break out in hives.
She would grab my arm and be like, do you have it? Do
She
you have
was
the hotspot?
kind
Help
of-
me. Why
wasn't-
isn't Roblox working?
Wasn't she kind of like a heroin addict and you pulled the plug on her drugs?
Really, though, honestly.
It was a little scary.
Yeah.
But, so Ansel, how long was your family trip this summer?
It was 17 days, I think.
17 days.
Yeah, and we spent, a total of, maybe 48 hours in the car.
How much did you
Oh
guys try to
my
murder
gosh.
each other?
Were you staying in hotels or like lodges or what was the housing?
So for a week in Yellowstone, we went to a really cool Airbnb. It had an elk skull on the table.
That's
it was
cool.
huge. And then for the next week in Glacier, we stayed in, as my mom likes to call it, Roach Motel.
Roach Motel.
Roach Motel.
But those are the memories that will last forever.
Good memories of Roach Motel, yeah.
So did you actually see roaches?
I kind of wish I did. to be honest.
So what constitutes it as a Roach Motel?
Well, there's a heat lamp in the bathroom. The
Nice.
shower went from hot to cold really fast.
I love a good heat lamp. It's a tan.
The toilet didn't flush, and the beds were all scratchy.
Yeah, remember when we went to Roach Motel and you thought it was Amish paradise? Remember we went on that
I
night?
begged that, like, for just 2 days. 2 days. My family just give up technology and drive up to, like...
And we did for 1 day.
1 hour.
No, we spent the night.
No. Everyone else, like, participated. Everyone else
whatever.
gave it your all. But you were on your phone, Skyping with your friends.
No, you're a liar. What I was doing was looking for the Hilton for us to go to the next day. And you walked in, mind you, and I quote, now this is vacation, mommy. That was the truth. They had a pool at the Hilton, and you did not want Weird Al Yankovic Amish paradise.
I did, until I hit you with a paddle.
Yeah, it was
on accident.
bad. But this particular trip had its highs and lows. Ansel, did you do like a dude ranch, or what was the Montana thing?
We just kind of stayed in hotels and visited the parks. We went whitewater rafting twice, which was pretty great.
Wow, did you fear for your life?
I did once, only once. I was
I
on the.
didn't,
I
like,
was on
took
the.
control and was like, girl.
Was there a weak link in the paddling? Was there one of your family members who were like, we could do without you? Like, was there one that you were like, you're not pulling your weight? You don't have to say their name.
There was.
There was
Which one? Second or first?
Was it a female or a male? Was it a male or a female?
It was one of my brothers.
Okay.
And then
Wait, is it? Was
it a twin brother or a brother that's not a twin?
well, why don't I just say their address? Huh?
Yes. But so one of them was not pulling their weight in the
Yeah,
raft, and it really affects the whole raft.
Yeah, because we only had 5 people, the other ones had 8, so we really had to paddle to like meet it head on.
Did you confront this brother and say, "Yo"?
I did not. I was too busy paddling.
He could have put your life in danger because he was not pulling his weight in the literal sense, not pulling his weight.
True.
But so was that a highlight? What was your favorite part of the trip?
Probably the animals.
What did you see?
Nice.
The buffalo.
Well, in Yellowstone, every day we had a bison jam, which is bison are blocking the road. They're just walking along, and you
Nice.
kind of have to wait for them.
And then you have me escorting him.
In our trip,
Lunch.
we bought a bear that was made of bread, and we ate literal jam every single day.
Yeah.
We ate a sourdough bear. It was made from sourdough bread, Andreas. See, our vacations are quite different than yours. We eat, and then we talk about what we're going to eat for the next meal.
We literally asked Ruby what her favorite part of the entire fantastical trip.
10 days.
Every single place that we went to, every single landmark, like we went
Parks.
so many famous places.
Yeah, the bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge.
We went
the Full
to
House.
the last Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And then of course my sister's like, my favorite part was the food.
See, because she's my daughter and she knows what's good for her. And then Ruby decided that she likes oysters, which is a bad decision because they're expensive. It was a bad decision that you two think you like oysters.
I don't care.
I've never
And
had
then-
an oyster. Is
Yeah.
it like slimy?
Yes.
It's
It's so good.
pee inside your mouth.
Lucy, admit to the people at home that we had some awesome food.
We did. It was
We
really good.
ate in this Italian restaurant in San Francisco that there was no reservations, there was no tables, and I was so exhausted. I told the lady in San Francisco, but you have to give us a table. We came all the way from California to see you.
We were
She's
in Little
like-
Italy.
She's like, huh? I was like, we came from LA, California, to your country of San Francisco. But I got a table. We got a table in the basement. And that's when you go to an Italian restaurant and you sit in the basement. That's the good stuff.
And then I scared the waitress on
You're
accident.
next to the kitchen. Why'd you scare her?
Okay, so I was making a joke to my dad saying, because I was
You didn't
like,
scare the waitress. You scared the people next to us.
no, the waitress. I had a good conversation in the bathroom with the people next to us.
Did you scare them both?
What did you say? Earthquake, earthquake?
No, not that. I was literally like, oh, because we went into the basement. So I was like whispering to my dad. I was like, Dad, if there's another San Francisco earthquake, we're screwed. And then the waitress was like, please don't say that. And like she looked so like hard. I was like, I didn't mean to.
And then what did you say to the people in the bathroom?
Me and the people in the bathroom, we just complimented each other's outfits for a good 5 minutes and then walked Ruby out.
Nice. And Ansel, one of our nights was on a boat, which was like really, really cool. Because the crazy lady that we rented an Airbnb, I don't know if you've ever had this happen, we had an Airbnb rental, and 2 days before the rental, she calls me in her chain smoking. She's like, the bed broke. I'm like, well, get a new bed. Well, that's a lot of work, and I'm really tired. 4th of July, 26 people. So I was like, well, what are you going to do about it? And 5 minutes later, she's like, I'll call you back. And 5 minutes later, she canceled the whole Airbnb.
Wait.
Really?
Wait.
What?
26 people. How did the bed break?
Yeah, I don't even. I think it was God. We don't want to know. We don't want to. Let's pretend it was children jumping.
Wait, but so something like that happened to us. So my mom reserved an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Like months in advance.
Right,
It
me
was like
too.
rock solid. And then like I think a week before we left, the lady called or the lady texted her and she was like, well, a lot of people really want this Airbnb, so the price just went up by like $600.
Oh my gosh, that's like what do they call that? Extortion.
Yeah, I think so. So we
So
got
what'd you
another
do?
one.
You're
We
like,
got another
we're
one.
done.
Yeah, and this one was really nice. This was the
Well,
first
we
one.
ended up on a rock solid boat, which was really, really cool, right, Lucy?
Nice.
But I just need to recount my favorite part of the whole trip. It's very emotional.
Oh,
Try not
God.
to cry. So we're on a boat, and I had this nightmare, a very vivid, full Technicolor nightmare, that my daughter Ruby got dropped into the sea.
Drowned?
Okay, like a very strong nightmare that we were looking for her, and you have those nightmares and you wake up crying. And Lucy and I were bunking up together in the bed, and I put my head on my sweet daughter's shoulder, and I was crying, and I said, I had a nightmare, Lucy drowned. And Lucy's like, snap out of it, Mom, no one cares about your emotional issues, it's just a dream.
And then the next morning, I continued to
She's
yell
like-
at my mom. I was like, you know what? If it was me drowning, then you wouldn't care. So no, you'd be like, she can swim.
Yeah.
And if she does, it's just one less mouth to feed.
I mean, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't verbalize that. So I'm glad that you verbalized that for our viewing audience. That was, I just feel so much closer to you on this trip. I just feel like just bonded in such incredible ways. Did you have an unhighlight of the trip, like a bad moment, Ansel, that you're like, I don't want to relive that?
Probably the car.
Yeah.
'Cause-
He's like, 48 hours in the car. I will take that as
Oh
a
my
bingo.
gosh, me and Ruby fighting in the car.
Wait, oh my gosh, you fought like WWA, like WW, and then Ruby's a brawler. Ruby would hit you with like both hands and insult you at the same time.
No. The best one, honestly, the best one was when we were leaving Oregon, or going out of the Oregon Park or whatever, and Dad is just laughing so hard at me and Ruby fighting, and me and Ruby are just yelling in the background, yelling at each other, yelling.
And Ruby got that
because
guttural.
because you two refused to give us hotspot. Like, so we had no Wi-Fi, so we have to put our iPads down.
Oh my
so
gosh.
we're like yelling
Oh
at
my god. Wait, here's the quote of the whole show. The worst moment of Lucy's life is when there was no hotspot and she had to talk to her sister.
That's not the lowest part of the vacation.
What was it? As we close this episode. What was it? Be honest.
You have an answer?
What?
I can't be honest.
Why? This podcast is all about you being honest and kind and loving. What was the worst part? Darling.
I can't be both.
Well, what was the worst part? Darling. Say it before you cheat, before you quit.
Everyone fighting in the car.
Well,
Simultaneously.
I mean, me and my ex-husband did
me
really good.
listening to
for 10 days.
depressing music while people are yelling.
You know, we did pretty good. I didn't kill him, and we're still not married. So I think we started one way and we ended one way. Some people start married and end not married. Did your parents fight in the car?
Nope, not really. They're pretty good.
You
That's
fought
not
with
normal.
yourself. Wait. What was the biggest fight you had with your siblings? I want to know.
So in our car, we didn't have like iPads, right? We would listen to music.
See,
And-
that's what traditional families would.
Yeah,
should
and then
do.
my mom had Apple Play, so it was like a set like 400 or so songs.
Right.
So we would fight over which ones to loop over and over.
Oh, okay. And what
'Cause-
was the big winner of the trip?
I think it was Upside Down by Jack
Down by the
Johnson.
bay.
Upside
Oh, I
Down.
was going to
Down
sing
by
the
the
song. Yeah. So overall, I think what we've learned in this episode is that Ansel's family really cares about their children and wants to communicate, and I just gave my kids technology and had them shut up. And I think I won that one, really, because I didn't want to talk to you.
I
Yeah,
bet.
my parents were super annoyed with me.
You tried to send me a video of a buffalo pissing, but you couldn't get it.
Did you just say pissing?
Yes.
Your grandmother is going to have a say you're sorry to your grandma.
Urinating.
Say you're sorry.
Heeding the call of nature.
I raised you better than that.
I'm sorry.
I'm ending the podcast
But
right now.
no.
I'm
All I
ending
get,
it.
all I get is Ansel text me. I have a video of a buffalo heeding the call of nature, and I thought he was joking, thinking of his brother. So I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "Oh, the video won't send. Here's a screenshot."
Okay, on that lovely note, we thank you for joining us today. And that's what 13-year-olds talk about on their Discord. So please join us next week for another exciting episode. Actually, we're every other week now, so join us every other week. But This Is Not a Good Idea. Please email us at thisisnotagoodidea@gmail.com.
Does it work now?
I don't even know if the email works. I'm going to guess no, because I don't get any emails. The podcast is crushing it, though. We're up to 2,500 subscribers, and we want to thank you guys for that. And catch us on Spotify and iTunes. And I also want to give a little plug. I have a new CD, and it's on iTunes and Spotify and Amazon
What is
Music.
that?
It's a CD, Lucy. It's a
How
CD
is
of
the
comedy.
Wait, but how is the CD on Spotify?
Because it was downloaded on Spotify, and then other people can download it. And it's called Thoughts in My Head. So good night. Goodbye.